the video. This is like.
You are now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. We got Tim Farley, John Kearns, and we got...
What is up? Sid the NerdyMark here. Happy New Year to everybody. This is going to be awesome. I know 2020 as a year wasn't that great, but it was a great year for wrestling.
It was a great year for wrestling. As I said before, you could hear me because the mic was muted, but you could hear them, just not me. It's the Year End Awards 2020 for Armbar Audio and the NerdyMark. And we're here to talk about all the awesome wrestling that happened this year. Overall, guys, before we get into it, what was some of your favorite stuff that happened this year?
Why don't you go ahead, Tim?
I loved Wrestle Kingdom being 2 nights and the entire double dash deal with Ibushi, Okada, Naito, and Jay White. And we saw the historic crowning of the first double champion in New Japan as Tetsuya Naito. I really enjoyed ROH's comeback to television and the dominance of Donna Del Mondo and Stardom.
For me, just an overall theme for me throughout was obviously this whole pandemic happened. But the fact of the matter is, I just love the fact that wrestling as a industry thrived despite, everything that the world threw at it. While other sports like baseball, basketball, football, and stuff kind of basically came to a halt for a majority of the year. I know we have the Super Bowl now this coming February, but other than that, wrestling they just kept chugging along, and that just shows it may not be because they care so much about us, but maybe because they want to turn a profit. But either way, they still were able to figure out some way, to put on shows and give people work and do whatever we got to do, to put food on the table. So much respect to the entire wrestling industry for that. Honestly,
Right.
All of them.
Alrighty. I think that was a good intro. I think it's just about as good as we're going to get tonight. But, it's year-end time. Let's get into it. We're starting off with the breaking stars of the year, the breakout stars. Starting with female breakout star, guys. Let's talk a little bit about some women that had great debuts in 2020. As it were.
Well, I would say Tainara Conchi and Anna Jay did really well this year as young starlets, as well as the tag team of Diamante and Ivelisse, Deonna Purrazzo and Kimber Lee joined Impact Wrestling and added to their Deep Knockouts division. which I like to call the thick division. Sid?
Okay. For me, on NXT, the returns of Toni Storm and Ember Moon continuing to come back and show why they have been two of the most dominant women in not just NXT, but just WWE in general. Kind of coming back to their wheelhouse in NXT. And obviously Toni Storm with her heel turn gave her a new lease on life. Definitely someone like, I think, Tim, you mentioned her already, but Raquel Gonzalez for sure. Oh, you didn't mention her. I'm sorry. But yeah, Raquel Gonzalez and whatnot. She has been dominating throughout. Of course, Io, after she won the title, I would say was definitely one of them. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I would say a big Swole for sure. Her feud with Britt Baker.
Oh yeah.
Really elevated her.
Good shout out.
Yeah, and I would say even to Swole. I mean, mine are not nearly as big as hers, but I'm getting there.
Who's ours?
Anyway, that's it. I'm done. That's all.
Okay, well, if we're talking about breakout stars, and if we're talking about NXT, you gotta give the award to none other than Shotzi Blackheart.
Absolutely. Shotzi had a breakout year. She had an amazing match with Io Shirai that really turned heads. I really love that she uses the cattle mutilation variation as a finisher of hers. She even though she may have not held the title or anything like that, she was featured prominently throughout, even as a hosting Halloween Havoc. Whatever she does, you're going to watch and your eyes are going to be glued. And she was the leader of the women's face War Games team. So that's pretty awesome.
The only reason I had Tim do it is because I can't do it as well. But for me, I think, first of all, her look is just amazing. She rides a goddamn tank into the ring, for crying out loud. I'm not going to lie. Like, when she was in the beginning, I don't know if it was this year or last year, but she was the one who eliminated Shayna Baszler from that Battle Royal. And I think from there, like, people really saw that, oh shit, Shotzi Blackheart, this is someone to watch out for. And, she has just that natural charisma about her. And, she has a character that seems to be resonating to something, close to her heart. Her feud with Candice now is getting really, really hot. So I'm looking forward to see what she does in 2021.
Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the documentary that they did on WWE Network, where they talked about her Tough Enough past and how she's come back to NXT. And also her interview on Lillian Garcia's Chasing Glory podcast, where she opened up a lot about some things that are not great in her life. So if you haven't seen those or heard them, check it out.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I can't think of any other female that had a better breakout year than Shotzi Blackheart did. And to see her finally shining and getting that shine in a major company is great. Because on the indies, she's been so good for so long. And it's awesome. This has really been the year that we've started to see people that really deserve these spots get the spots.
For sure.
And definitely, when we move into talking about the men's divisions with this as well, let's talk about some breakout males. I'm going to let Tim start this time.
I'm going to say this, and people can disagree with me because of tradition or whatever, but the young Lions, Tsuji, Kid, and Uemura, worked their asses off this year, participating in the New Japan Cup. Uemura, I would believe, was in the Best of Super Juniors. They've been on every show, and they've been killing it. And it begs the question, aside from gaining popularity worldwide, why send these guys on excursion?
Right.
Also, this year for us at Armbar Audio and the NerdyMark, the Noah promotion itself has been a breakout to us. They have delivered main events that are 5-star worthy matches, like Nakajima and Kino and Kiyomiya and Marufuji, who's a legend, and Shiozaki. I mean, they've been killing it. And it, like I said, it not to everyone in the wrestling community, but to us here, Noah was a breakout year to us.
Yeah.
Josh Woods, when ROH came back and started doing the pure title tournament, even after the tournament, he was featured in pure rules matches, and I think he has unlimited potential. Sid?
I think when it comes to breakout stars, the one name that really sticks out for me is definitely Leon Ruff. Having a year, having that feud with Johnny Gargano, obviously, instigated by Damian Priest, of course, but having a great showing.
Yeah, but it instigated by Damian Priest, but a guy that really just flowed well and went with it and went with the flow and came out better for it.
For sure, yeah. That was, I think, he got his run as the North American champion. Now, a lot of people may say, oh, because he lost it to Johnny, he was buried. But I don't think so. I think he's had a good, decent reign with the title. I think he will be back. I think he's poised to have a title run once again. So I'm more than happy. And sticking with that whole thing in relation to Johnny Gargano, I would say after his return, Austin Theory. He's been, he has honestly took a bit of a hiatus because of something else we'll talk about, I guess, for which he is, of course, now innocent. And he obviously was able to just, after he joined the Garganos, I was like, this is perfect for him. Joining heel Johnny Gargano, this was perfect. So, I'm really looking forward to see what Austin Theory does. And I guess, I can also mention Darby Allin, just because of, finally taking that title off of Cody Rhodes, the North American, the TNT title, off of Cody Rhodes, and, doing some great stuff with it. So those are just some of my personal picks.
Yeah, Darby Allin definitely is right up there with people that could have definitely won this award. But
like Orange Cassidy.
And if you're talking about Orange Cassidy, just look at what he's done with Chris Jericho this year. Insane stuff. In there, having main event level matches with someone who I consider a bona fide legend of the business. But, we're actually going to go over to the land of the rising sun for this one, because the winner of Breakout Star 2020 is none other than DDT's Tetsuya Endo.
Endo had an amazing year. He won the title, the main title over there, the KOD title. He's in a faction, the hottest faction over there, called Damnation, and he won a tournament. And since he was the champion, he wouldn't go against the champion. He would choose who his defense would be. He chose Kenny Omega. Omega then put a video out and said pretty much that he will come back to DDT and wrestle Endo for the title whenever this pandemic kind of dies down. But so instead of Omega, he chose his somewhat of a mentor, but the faction leader, Daisuke Sasaki, and they put on one of the best matches of the year for DDT, or just Puro in general. And he defeated him, and that was major. And he got Daisuke to stay in Damnation and not retire, and it was a very big deal. Tetsuya Endo has been on my radar for a long time, and it seems like DDT has finally taken the steps needed for his progression.
Yeah, I think honestly, I wish I think I should have spoken first because Tim, you had so much to say. But all I will say is in that particular match with Daisuke, I just have to say, like, if you can be buried in a fucking mountain of chairs and then just get out of that, that right there boosts your position up for best breakout star of the year. So absolutely, congratulations, Tetsuya Endo.
Yeah, man. Moving right along here. By the way, that match with Daisuke Sasuke is recommended viewing for Armbar Audio and the NerdyMark.
Yes.
We're going to move into a bit of a sour subject before I wanted to get it out of the way so we can go forth into an awesome positive video. But we're going to talk about
Grapes,
what's that?
Sour grapes.
Sour grapes, man. We're going to talk about the disappointment of the year, or the disappointing moment of the year. And there's been a few downs in wrestling this year. Namely, one that comes to mind is Matt Hardy's concussion at All Out. That was kind of brushed under the rug. And a rare misstep for AEW.
Yeah.
What do you
Agreed.
think?
Hardy's old school, so he wants to finish the match, but AEW, being who they are and who they say they are, should have stopped the match.
Should have.
There was a reason why on the next Dynamite his family was there, because Rebby, being Rebby, was tearing that shit apart on Twitter.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. They're having their fourth child, which is finally a girl. So she has to make sure that, those kids have a father.
Right.
Exactly.
It was just weird. It was a weird situation. It was It seemed like you had a superstar and a doctor going against the wishes of the referee for the match, which was weird.
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that whole situation was really kind of dicey, and I definitely, watching that match, it made me a little bit. It kind of did take me out of it and made me a little uncomfortable to watch the rest of it. But I chugged along. But
yeah,
for me, if I can think of any big disappointment, it has to be Raw Underground. That product was DOA. I mean, they tried to do something similar to, Bloodsport, right? Or even a UFC kind of a product. I've even seen something similar to that on Chikara. Yes, I've watched other promotions, Tim.
Chikara.
Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. And I was just like, my goodness, I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is fated to just absolutely freaking.
Speaking of Chikara, do you know what I learned recently that blew my mind?
Yeah.
That Orange Cassidy was Fire Ant in the Colony.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Sweet.
I had no idea. I didn't know much. I knew who the Colony was, but it was before the internet was what it is now, so I never saw that stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't as easily available.
Another disappointment was the Vince McMahon treating his independent contractors like employees when it came to third-party apps like Cameo and Twitch. We saw Zelina Vega take a stand, and she was let go. And a person who was viewed like a daughter with unlimited potential did not even get a goodbye from Vince. He didn't even want to see her.
They didn't even give her the future endeavor tweet.
That's fucked up, man. I'm sorry about this. Can we just agree that Vince McMahon has been the biggest disappointment of 2020?
One of them,
yeah, because going into the winter, he has a major. Anyway, let's go.
The winner of this, winner, quote unquote. The speaking out movement.
Yeah,
I think definitely the biggest blow to the wrestling community this year. Something that caused a lot of unease for a lot of fans, straight up depression. Just something like, I think you kind of expect it to be part of every fandom of every industry, but when it hits the one that you're really passionate about, it really stings, and this stung.
Oh yeah,
we had a lot of entertaining and good wrestlers outed as sexual deviants and miscreants, and also that sucked. But what's good about it is that people felt emboldened to be able to come forth with their stories, and but when you go into that territory, it's very muddy waters, because anybody can say anything about anyone, and in this day and age, before it was you're innocent until proven guilty, now you are guilty until proven innocent, at least on social media and society in general. They see one thing and they immediately make their decision. We've seen companies like Ring of Honor and Impact Wrestling and other promotions take action pretty swiftly, and the WWE didn't. They fired Jack Gallagher, who wasn't really doing anything, but the other names that were said, redacted, especially one major one, they didn't even investigate. They didn't even care.
They said they did.
Yeah.
They said they did, but like, it all happened too fast for anyone to believe it.
When the person who came out about it was asked if there was an investigation, they said that they were not contacted at all. But also when it comes to WWE, when you have one of the best lawyers in America and you're running a business on that big of a scale, if there's no legal stuff coming onto your table, then why would you give it a lot of thought? So that's another thing. That's another part about this, which is very muddy,
Again, dicey situation once again. Wait, did you want to say something else, Tim?
No, I'm good.
Okay. No, I just wanted to say, like I said, very dicey and very disappointing situation. I think probably like you said, John, the biggest blow to the pro wrestling industry
in a long time.
Since Chris Benoit's death, I would say. I mean, this was one of those times where I was like, I've kind of questioned how proud I am really to be a wrestling fan. Like, not gonna lie.
I definitely questioned my love for the UK wrestling scene.
Right. I talked in length about the speaking out movement in one of my NerdyMark super shows. If you just go to my channel after you watch this video and say "speaking out," you'll
after
find
this video.
After this video, yes, because I'm here too. You see my sexy mug here, and you can go see it over there. Anyway, but no, like if you just type in "speaking out," it's like the first video that'll pop up. Anyways, but I think, like you said, especially that one particular wrestler who's still employed by WWE. I can't believe they freaking still kept that individual around. One thing I have done is I used to, when that person came, I used to talk about that person. I used to like snap my fingers and I would make the screen all go purple with my editing magic. That particular effect has officially been retired from my channel because I do not support sexual predators. Although it was great to see Kushida break his fucking arm. That was great. But anyway, this all joking aside, the speaking out movement, absolutely disgraceful.
And
absolutely.
there's a piece of merchandise that used to be a staple of our set here that is no longer there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and say this. Whenever I found out a certain wrestler was outed, I was going to burn my T-shirt of this guy. But this was another part that I wanted to talk about. Where is forgiveness in today's age? Because some of these people who were outed admitted to it. They took the blame. They apologized genuinely, like in many worded tweets or notes and such like that posted, and some even donated to charities for like sexual assault victims and such like that. Why isn't that enough? It just seems the world is just really fucking weird right now. Like,
Yeah.
I will say this though, fuck Jim Cornette.
yeah.
Yeah, in most scenarios.
I am not gonna be under his wife while he watches so I can get a PS5. So
Right.
Hey, nowadays it might be the only way to get one.
True. That is so true. That is so true. Oh my God. Sold out everywhere. Jesus Christ.
If I wouldn't have found a Nintendo Switch when I did, I may have made that phone call.
hey Jim, I want to be a wrestler.
Psych,
Can I eat
I
your
just want to
wife's hairy
switch.
beef?
If anyone watching is a sugar mama or sugar daddy, you got 3 people who want a fucking PS5. So, just slide into our DMs. They're open.
I don't want a PS5. Just sponsor my fucking podcast. I don't want to work anymore. Anyway, let's get to the next piece of business.
We are talking about the worst and best gimmick of 2020.
Yes.
Bad gimmicks.
I would like to say. There's one that comes to mind on the male side. The best man, Miro, is
Dog
okay.
shit.
So we always talk about how AEW does things right. We talked about whenever it was happening, the Nightmare Collective, Collective, and as soon as people started saying that was shit, AEW threw it out. This Miro thing, this best man thing, is just straight garbage. I understand that he loves to play video games and he has a Twitch. I know that he came from Bulgaria from nothing, and now he has a model wife whom he had sex with in a tank at WrestleMania, and he makes a shit ton of money so he could buy the outlandish things that he wears. None of that bothers me. The thing that bothers me is you've got this guy who should be running through motherfuckers, and he's next to Kip Sabian. It's not helping either guy. The best man.
I want
what
more.
makes you the best man? I haven't noticed what makes him the best man. I don't understand I still don't understand the relationship between him and Sabian.
I really want nothing more. I want nothing more than for this wedding to be over and
Right.
gone.
Like, can they get married now? Just get married now.
Get it over with.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I can't believe I said this. I know, Tim, you mentioned this to me once, but I have to steal it. But he was honestly, Rusev at this point was a lot better than Miro is right now.
The thing is,
It's
the
one
thing
thing
that
that WWE did
separates
better.
all of this is that in WWE, from the beginning, in NXT to his WWE debut, all the way till the end, he was presented as a top guy and then a top mid-card guy, so he had a glass ceiling. We know in AEW, they don't have glass ceilings. You can go as far as you can possibly take yourself. But they threw him in a fucking hole with this gimmick.
Yeah.
However, I will say this: seems to be a ray of hope because now there's this whole thing where he's going to face off against Chuck Taylor at New Year's Smash, not New Year's Bash, but New Year's Smash. And if he wins, Chuck Taylor has to be his young boy, which basically means like his servant has to get him his coffee, probably has to iron his freaking Gucci.
Bring his bags to the carry his bags.
That right there could give him something. So I'm actually looking forward to see what they do. Hopefully they don't screw it up with Miro. For me, I would say another name that comes to mind would be Kenta, the former Hideo Itami. When he debuted in New Japan, I was very excited, especially when he did the whole thing with Katsuyori Shibata. And now, I mean, he hasn't really done that one thing, you know? And I would have, so, and I know, Tim, you're going to touch up on this, but just one sec. I just want to say, like, I still have some hope for Kenta, just because, now there's that match again for the IWGP US Championship. He's the next challenger. And who is the champion? That would be one Jon Moxley. I can't do it, but Moxley. Jon Moxley. And that, if he takes it off of Jon, that could be that one thing that elevates him to the next level and actually makes me, I don't know, give a shit. Right?
Before we reveal the worst gimmick, I would also say, since you brought up New Japan, we saw a change at Wrestle Kingdom, but that was in 2021. But the gimmick of Master Wato was fucking terrible.
It was bad.
His gear was garbage. The fact that he has the word Master in front of his name is shit. But then we saw at Wrestle Kingdom, his gear changed, his hair changed, so he was more palatable for us to watch. And he has very unique offense. But in the year of 2020, that gimmick was just poop sandwich.
Yep.
Okay. But the worst gimmick of 2020, and I think it'll be pretty unanimous with most wrestling fans in general, Retribution.
The reason why this is the worst gimmick is because everyone in the faction is talented. All of them handle social media like pros. I mean, Dijakovic or T-Bar, his Twitter is fantastic. They brought in this group who was supposed to be a big deal, and then immediately, and then they revealed Ali to be the leader. And it was like, okay, this is awesome. I know Ali can cut promos if given the time. He's a great wrestler. I wonder what they're going to do. And then they jobbed them out to the Hurt Business as soon as possible. It's shit. I mean, like, the fucking name of Shane Thorne now.
Slapjack.
Yeah.
Slapjack.
That's so stupid. If they just...
Somebody, I forget who it was, but somebody hit the nail on the head where they all sound like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains.
Yeah. But every wrestler in the group is so much more. And Ali got to show that a little bit this week on Raw Talk. I see a lot of Raw Talk and Talking Smack clips, And it seems like those shows are better than the actual shows that WWE produces.
Yeah, weird, right?
So weird.
How
Okay.
dare you talk down about my group, Retribution? I'm Stone Plate, the most vicious member of all, and I'm going to hack the system.
It looks like you actually have both gloves. I thought you were hiding your other hand because you couldn't find the other glove.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, this is absolutely disappointing. I hated. Again, another gimmick that was DOA, dead on arrival. As you can see by my really shitty impression.
Sid, I'm going to say, I feel like it took a really long time for you to put on 3 things.
I mean,
I'd hate to see how he gets dressed.
I was putting on the mask.
Were you just waiting?
I put my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. I'm not so sure Sid does.
Yeah, no, I jump up in the air and then I put them on. That's what I do.
He does a backflip too.
Yeah. And then anyway, I'm fucking Will Ospreay. Anyway, no, but
backflip.
Also a PSA to tell people to continue to wear their masks. Just letting you know, wear your mask, people. Anyway,
even though Retribution's shitty, wear your mask.
That's one thing they're promoting is wearing masks. So hey,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, they sound like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle minions, not even the villains.
Yeah.
And my goodness, like people like Mia Yim. I mean, my God, man, like I was so hot on Mia Yim during NXT, especially with her, her teaming up with her boyfriend Keith Lee and taking on the Garganos. And I was like, why did you do this to her?
Yeah.
I mean, her name was okay, The Reckoning, fine, whatever. But like they just, like you said, they made them jump to the Hurt Business and to the Fiend.
And I will say, of
Dio
the group, Dio Madden looks. I don't know is his name. Mace. Yeah, he's Mace.
Yeah.
He's the one. He looks fucking badass. I like him.
He looks like a dollar store predator, though. So
the thing is, now in retrospect, you're bringing an anarchist group similar to Antifa, which isn't really a group.
That very real group.
But you're bringing in this group into a multi-billionaire's corporation. Did we expect them to go over? Should we have expected them to go over?
No.
I mean, Sanity got over Sanity was kind of similar.
Sanity, but they were good in NXT, but they sucked in the main roster.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, I think if Retribution was an NXT gimmick or an NXT group, it would probably be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because Triple H. Because the comparison I'm trying to make here is Retribution is supposed to be Antifa. Vince McMahon's supposed to be who?
Oh, okay, that person. Yeah, I don't want to.
His real good friend.
Yeah. Let's
So
not.
should we have expected
WWE Hall of Famer
to not fail?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I mean, but even then, look at the Nexus. That failed terribly too, and then they had John Cena.
Not so bad. Not as bad. Well,
dude, they got
when they put John Cena in it, that was weird. But like,
they got murdered by John Cena.
You still got people in it that were awesome. Like Wade Barrett was awesome.
The night that they came, it was awesome, and what they were supposed to do with them was going to be awesome. But yeah, they shit the bed on that. But This is 2020. We're talking about 2020.
Yeah.
So, what's the best gimmick, guys?
Oh well,
I think we all agree.
Yeah, the best gimmick was unanimous. The best gimmick of 2020 is clearly Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Yep.
And
oh wait, he doesn't do that anymore. Sorry.
The biggest reason that this is so good, and it's really one of the things that is keeping me staying tuned to what WWE is doing, More so SmackDown than Raw, but it's the way that Roman always should have been. And he's acting like he did when the Shield first started. You know what I mean, Sid?
Yeah, but even more so. I mean, the fact that he aligned with Paul Heyman, that he's talking to his family members, and even now going onto the SmackDown roster, saying that I'm the reason that people tune in. I am the reason there's food on your table. I am the head of the table. I'm the tribal chief. I am the reason that you are still employed. Like, that shit is hard. That's hard shit. And the whole, it has elevated Jey Uso so much. I mean, now I actually know their names. Like, I could distinguish who's who.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, without the face paint.
I mean, it only took them 5 years to do it, but hey, I mean, we've only been clamoring for 5 whole
don't. I'm still pissed that the second that I realized which Uso was which based on face paint, they stopped wearing the face paint.
Oh,
that still makes me mad.
I'm sorry.
I'll never forgive them.
Right.
So anyway, we're moving on.
Finally, hey, it took them 5 years, but look, you know what? Honest to God, better late than never. Roman looks great. I mean, he just took his shirt off, but that right there, he just has a much more imposing figure.
He's shed the Shield bullshit.
He did.
Jon Moxley as Dean Ambrose immediately got rid of the Shield shit. Seth Rollins immediately got rid of the Shield shit. And they tried to keep it on Roman for 5 goddamn years for no reason.
Yeah.
I think there was reason.
What was the reason?
It just wasn't good.
It just wasn't,
Because the Shield is arguably one of the best factions in wrestling history. I don't care if anyone sacrifices me for that.
Right, but it doesn't work with one person.
No,
right.
It doesn't.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I'll put the Shield fist in.
There you go.
Tim
doesn't want to try it.
Tim's not friends with. What's that ring? What you got going on?
How do you not know about that, John? He's talked about it countless times.
Okay, never mind.
It's his grandfather's.
Okay.
Wait, who?
Your ring.
Oh, the ring? Oh. Yeah.
I thought maybe you were the Red Lantern.
Yeah, that too. I'm fueled by rage. Anyway, no, I think Roman. I mean, every time he gets in the freaking ring, I want to watch.
Yeah,
just like, and his match, dude, his matches have gotten so much better.
Yeah,
because there's so much character work in there. Like when that I Quit match, I was crying with Roman. Well, not actually, but I was about to cry with Roman. I was like, dude, this is the guy who said "suffer and succotash" 5 years ago, and would refer to your balls as tater tots.
This is the guy. Yeah, it's like, just make him keep saying tater tots. People will eventually laugh if he says it 50 times. No, maybe 60. No, maybe 70. No, we're not gonna laugh, Vince.
That's such good shit.
God damn, you've done so much right, but so much wrong. It's like he's like your grandfather that's like really like racist.
He's a war hero. He was a war hero.
He's a war hero.
Your grandfather was a war hero.
And he's like super racist.
A great family.
Yeah.
And then he got fucking dementia.
And like he's really racist and like
PTSD.
He's really mean to the whole family, but he makes really good pasta salad.
There you
That's Vince McMahon. That's it. It's like he does these few things really good. But like
what you're saying is Vince makes really good pasta salad.
He might. I mean, it's easy.
I don't eat that shit.
I eat steaks. Yelled from a bowl.
What?
I have them carve the live animal in front of me. That's how rich I am.
I like to watch the life drain from their eyes.
Gives me a sense of power.
Ha ha ha. Okay.
And a hard on. Anyway.
Oh no.
Hey, Doug.
Okay. What did you say?
Okay.
What did you say? Okay.
On that note,
Whew, let's wrap it up. No.
Somebody should be wrapping it up.
Yeah.
That's Vince.
Oh no. We have to move
We don't
on.
want any more of his shit kids running around.
oh my goodness.
I'm not arguing.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. 10, 11 days in. So we are going to talk now about some of the best segments of this year. So stuff like Firefly Funhouse, or we had what were some other good ones? We had the debate between Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. Like, start naming some of your favorite segments of the year.
I do want to talk a little bit the Firefly Funhouse. Obviously, the Firefly Funhouse segments reintroduced us to Bray Wyatt, told his story. And the thing is, with Bray Wyatt, he has a lot of lore packed in with him. Like, you could make an entire, like, if Marvel or DC were to get the copyrights from Bray, they could make a really good series out of just the Fiend, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why it's so, I think that's why, just because I'm a huge superhero fan and comic book nerd as well, that just appeals to me. And honestly, I will say, I know, John, you have your feelings about this one, but the Firefly Funhouse match was still one of my favorite things that they did in WWE. Fine.
Absolutely.
It's fine. It's not a match. I'll give it to you there. But the storytelling in there,
I have gone on record as saying that it was great for what it was.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say, like, this is just a beautiful psychological dissection of a character, in this case, John Cena.
Yeah.
I personally, it makes me want to see more Firefly Funhouse matches, like him against Taker. Hell,
if we're talking about the Firefly Funhouse, though, can we talk about the excellent addition of Alexa Bliss? Because when we all first heard about Alexa being involved, we were all kind of like, I don't know. But Alexa has shined on the Firefly Funhouse and has been nothing but a great asset to the world in which Bray Wyatt is presenting.
Yeah, he has, like, basically his own, like, cinematic universe. Like, whenever Bray retires, I would love to see just, like, a bunch of grindhouse films with the Fiend. Like, I'm not even joking. I want to see that.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we're gushing about the Fiend so much, but I think another segment is just everything that the Dark Order has been doing on BTE.
We can definitely. I'd say that counts. I'd say that definitely counts. The BTE. So we could even mention the BTE title, the fucking Gator Golf thing, hilarious. The mustard, amazing. The he's Mustard Boy, Skittle Boy, Bottle Cap Kicking Boy, Pizza Boy.
He wouldn't be any boy if it wasn't for the late great John Hoover.
Yes.
The Exalted One is one of the best gimmicks we didn't talk about. And he gave the Dark Order direction and gave it a reason, gave everyone in that group pretty much rules. John Silver and Alex Reynolds have both said that before he showed up, they were a per appearance act.
Yeah.
So they basically got signed. He brought in Anna Jay, and as Sid has told me, gave her the number 99 in honor of Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. The great one.
Brody Lee, the Exalted One, did a lot for the Dark Order, and those Dark Order bits on BTE, we were capped off by his performances, as John is showing.
Yeah.
the iconic throwing of the papers, but also and fucking barbecue sauce.
And also, I mean, fucking Cowboy Day. Cowboy Day was a great segment. That whole episode was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, and one more thing. One more thing I just want to say. Hangman.
No, they're friends now. We don't say fuck Hangman anymore.
Well, Brody
Hangman even does.
Hasn't
Fuck
he
Hangman.
Hasn't he
Fuck
been
Hangman.
through enough?
Hangman.
Hasn't he been through enough? But unquestionably the best gimmick or best segment of 2020. Going just based on statistics, because it was recognized by Time Magazine for 2020.
I thought it was the New York Times.
Was it the New York Times? That sounds more correct. But yeah,
New York Times.
Les Dinner Debonair, folks.
Yeah, that was great.
Widely regarded by many fans, even those that don't really care for Jericho or MJF, as one of the best segments in wrestling history.
Oh yeah, I think it felt. Excuse me. It felt like a not a messed up one, but like it felt like an adult Disney movie.
Yeah.
That whole segment. And I just loved every bit of it. First of all, MJF's got pipes. I'll tell you that. Like that man can freaking
Well, yeah,
sing.
he was going to be an opera singer.
He wanted to be an opera singer.
Yeah.
He wanted to be an opera singer.
Yeah, and he did the You Are My Sunshine.
He is my sunshine.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I think that segment, the whole, just everything going into it, just we need the rarest steak, I guess, as it's I guess rare. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat steak, but
Yeah.
I had steak for dinner today.
hey, is it a
I
thing?
got
I
mine.
have to
Huh?
ask. I'm sorry, I know we're doing this live. I have to
What's
ask.
that?
Is it a crime to put ketchup on your steak?
Ugh.
Because I've heard people say that.
If it's
You
a
can do
really,
whatever you want. You're eating it.
you can do whatever you want, but like, you shouldn't need to put ketchup on it. I'll say that.
you shouldn't need to put anything in it.
Yeah, you shouldn't need to put anything on, but
Okay.
toppings can be nice. Because mine today, it had this like spicy, like garlicky sauce with it, and it had
Right.
little tiny shrimps on it. It was so good. But
Nice.
I digress. I would never, I would never go below medium on my steak, so I would instantly lose the contest that Jericho and MJF were having. So, but yeah, the song was hilarious and
The
actually
fact
good
that they did the song backwards was pretty fantastic as well.
and
Yeah.
impressive.
Just watch it. Just go watch it. you
My
know?
favorite line was, "We're closer than Cody is to a jackass." That was my favorite. Even though I love Cody.
Yeah.
And moving on now, we're going to talk about some of our favorite feel-good moments in wrestling this year. Definitely have to mention Tetsuya Naito getting both the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental titles.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. And we just had that again with Kota Ibushi. He's been the Intercontinental Champion before, but he finally... And this technically happened in 2021, so we're not really putting it here. But like him finally getting the heavyweight title was really cathartic. What else? What else did we have? I am going to say that the Brody Lee tribute show was really, really feel good. And if this other thing hadn't happened in this year, that probably would have won.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you watched that with dry eyes at any point, check yourself.
Two other feel-good moments that I would like to say regard Drew McIntyre. His performance in the Royal Rumble was fantastic. He eliminated Brock. He subsequently beat Brock for the title at WrestleMania, which was amazing. The WWE finally crowned a UK WWE champion, and Drew has been given a bad hand because of the pandemic and because he's on Raw. But Drew McIntyre is a lot of ways like Brett, where he was the top guy in a bad time. And
Right.
I think once the crowds come back, all the naysayers of Drew McIntyre are going to be shut up when the crowds come back.
Yeah. But
I think within that, John, what you were saying, the Brody Lee tribute,
yeah.
within the show, that feel good, one of the best feel good moments was Eric Rowan / Eric Redbeard just coming out, helping the Dark Order win their match, and then
Yeah.
and it said, "Goodbye for now, brother. We'll see you down the road."
And god damn it, like I don't know how anybody could watch Tony Khan hug Brody's kid and not just openly weep.
Dude, okay, we need to move on.
Yeah, what won, John?
I'll tell you, Tim, you rushy bastard. Definitely Becky Lynch's pregnancy announcement.
Oh yeah,
especially the way that it was done.
Yeah, it was.
Also, speaking of pregnancy announcements, John Moxley and Renee Young, or Renee Paquette.
The way they did
awesome.
it too, the way how he just cut a promo on Kenny and Cash was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I got a pregnant wife at home, and also I'm gonna kick your ass." That was fucking awesome. You good there, John?
I'm here.
Yeah,
it was done only the way John Moxley could do it.
So at Money in the Bank,
yeah, but we're
Asuka won. Asuka won the Money in the Bank, and Becky was presenting it to her. But as they were standing there, Becky pretty much said that she was going away for a while because she was pregnant, and the contract was not in the Money in the Bank briefcase. The title was. And Asuka was happy that she was the champion, but she was more so happy. Her reaction to Becky's pregnancy made the announcement so much more special because you could tell how much Asuka felt for Becky becoming a mother. And that was just so great. Yeah. So great.
More than to your point, Tim, I think that was weird. I think Asuka felt happier for Becky than she did for herself being champion, which itself just made that announcement so cool. And obviously now they have their baby girl, right? They have a baby girl.
Rue. Yep.
Rue, and that's just amazing. Also, I guess since we're talking about pregnancies, congrats to Brandy and Cody.
Oh, absolutely.
Brandy's being pregnant. And I don't know if this counts, but Yeti Pinkerton is another feel-good moment for me.
Who dat?
If you follow them if you follow Cody on Instagram, they have a new puppy.
Yeah. I was actually going to mention that, but I forgot.
Pregnancies. What about JoJo? I think she's pregnant again, or she
really?
Just had another child.
Wow. Huh?
Bray Wyatt don't know how to stop. Him and Matt Hardy are going neck and neck.
Dude,
for how many children can we possibly have?
They're going to have a fucking Survivor Series match just with their kids.
Dude, broken Matt Hardy part of the Firefly Funhouse with his kids, and Bray Wyatt with his kids.
Dude,
little fiends.
Can you imagine if they would have been?
It's like Stealth Juniors.
Can you imagine if the Firefly Funhouse would have been going on at the same time as Bray was with Matt Hardy? That'd be fucking ludicrous. But I mean,
congrats to Becky and Seth.
It was so awesome and the thing, what made it the tearjerker type moment was Asuka, doesn't have full control of the English language, so she asked if she heard it correctly, and then when she realized she did hear it correctly, it was just nuts, and she was going crazy. It was awesome.
Yeah, congrats to Seth and Becky.
And everyone else.
Yeah. And
But we're going to talk about some of the most shocking moments of 2020. I'm going to mention one name and one name only. Sting was such a shock. If we're going based on debuts, I'd say definitely Matt Hardy, Sting, even Matt Sydal showing up, Brody showing up, Matt Sydal being, yeah, huh?
Brody winning the title off of Cody.
Yeah, Brody winning the title, Darby winning the title off of Cody was like, whoa. Yeah. I think Tai Chi having an amazing G1.
Evil leaving
Yeah.
Los Ingobernables de Japón, joining Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
very shocking.
Overall, I think most will agree the shock of the year is Edge returning at this year's Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
You know him.
But we thought we did, but we didn't, because there he is. Yeah. Doing the graps when he wasn't allowed to for a while. But Edge was a guy that was told he was never going to wrestle again. And when that buzzer went off and there was that long pause and then just the "you think you know me," that crowd made this moment what it was. And like you could see it on the people's faces. You could see it. Okay, Tim. We got it.
It's a fucking great song, man.
It is a great song. But you could see it on people's faces that they were they didn't believe that it was happening. Right. You know what I mean? Tim, you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, he went on to put on great stuff in the Royal Rumble match. All of us thinking, there were many possible feuds that could have happened after that Rumble, especially with AJ Styles, which I think they should visit when Edge returns. But we got the greatest wrestling match of all time. I put that in quotations because I don't feel that way and most people don't. But it was fucking great. It was a great match. Yeah. And the build to it was fantastic. Obviously, I'm talking about Edge and Randy Orton. And
Randall Keith.
It was great stuff, man. The build to it was great. The match was great. Unfortunately, Edge tore a tricep and has been gone, but he's signed and he's gonna come back, and that's fantastic.
Hope he returns to the Rumble, honestly, once again.
What if that just becomes his gimmick every year?
He injures himself and then returns to the Rumble.
Hey Vince, I'm gonna kayfabe an injury around August.
Don't even do it. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Just be at the Rumble and then just be gone. For no reason.
Oh, he's got to have a feud after the Rumble into Mania, and then right after Mania, just bounce.
Yeah, but it'd be funnier if it was just the Rumble and then he was gone again.
I'm gonna head out, after you guys win it. Yeah, Edge returning.
The camera follows him. He gets eliminated, and the fucking camera follows him to the parking lot, getting into the car and leaving.
Yeah. That's what they should do. Another shocking moment was actually, I would say, Don Callis basically announcing the alliance between AEW.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like when he said...
Visible hand, man.
Visible hand. I mean, it started in 2020, but 2021 is going to be the year that's going to be, the thing. You know what I mean? And, 2021 is looking damn good for pretty much every wrestling promotion out there. I mean, we're having New Japan is coming back to TV in the States and the UK and India. They're getting into India.
Oh,
but yeah, that's what I've heard.
I talked to my cousins about that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, watch New Japan.
And we're going to move on now
Yes.
to some of the best storylines of the year. What do we got?
Ooh, I would say the whole thing with MJF, whether he would join the Inner Circle or not.
That was good.
That was
I think that MJF's campaign to be AEW champion was good as well. Some people didn't feel that way, but I thought it was hilarious because of the time frame that it was happening in.
I would even say the Fiend storyline, like the whole story of the Fiend.
Yeah,
The
Fiend storyline.
Ibushi's storyline in the G1, where he wrestled everybody else's type of match, especially his match against Tai Chi, where instead of forearms, headbutts, slaps, kicks, it was just kicks to the thighs, to the point where Tai Chi had to be like taken out by people.
Yeah,
This leading to Ibushi winning the G1 for a second year in a row, and his whole becoming God storyline, all of that stuff, fantastic.
I believe I have become God. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me, sorry. And then, Will Ospreay's storyline with Okada. That was a good one.
But yeah, but again, another thing that I think, because of when it started, I think 2021 is going to be when we get the bulk of that. You know what I mean?
Oh, what about? I know it started in 2019, but it ended in 2020. Jon Moxley's quest to become AEW champion.
Yeah, it was really good. All those matches he had with Jericho were fantastic.
Yeah.
I think also, the Best Friends and Proud and Powerful was cool with Sue's van.
Sammy and Matt.
Sammy and Matt, definitely. But I think storyline of the year, the fall of Hangman Page.
Yep. Yeah, it all began at, I would say, when he lost to Jericho at All Out. And failed to capture the AEW championship. From then on, because, obviously getting drunk with booze, and then obviously right there, even FTR getting into his head. Even though he won the championship with Kenny, he wasn't like even 100% in it.
It's really impressive to me when wrestling can make me feel real, honest to God emotion. Because I've been watching for so long, and I know that it's all staged, and it's just how it's written, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I was legitimately pissed at FTR when they revealed that they were stringing Hangman along the whole time.
Right. Well, even before that, when Omega and Page formed and they won the titles, Page kind of started putting a wedge between himself and the Bucks by saying things like, aren't you supposed to be the best tag team in the world? Me and him got it first. And even so, they still weren't on the same page even then. And then just what would happen after that, where they lost the titles and Hangman still thought they were going to be a tag team, and Omega just pretty much said, fuck that. And Omega ended up eliminating him from the Eliminator tournament for number one contendership to the AEW title. And like we mentioned earlier about the BTE segments, they would always say, fuck Hangman. At one point during this descent, he joined them in the fucking chant.
Yeah. And all the stuff with him and Brandon Cutler was fantastic. Yeah. Like him trying to get Brandon to see the Bucks the way he saw them. Good stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That was a little personal. Like, cause that hit me. That hit home because I had a similar experience with someone. I don't want to get into who this was, but yeah, I had a similar experience with Like someone was the Young Bucks to my Hangman Adam Page. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this is cathartic. This felt good. I was like, oh shit. You know? Well, there was less
especially his that promo on BTE when they were outside, and
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
and he was yelling at him, like, oh, like when you ask them to be there for your match and they're not there, and when they're asking you to put their bags in the truck and they're asking you to do this, they're asking you to do that, and when you ask them to be there, they're not going to be there. You're going to see it. It's going to happen to you because it happened to me.
Yeah.
Like that. Real emotion.
Yeah. And like I said, because it was so personal, it hit a lot more closer to home for me. But,
yeah.
You know,
like, God damn it, dude. Hangman Page is going to be, if he's not already, just a supernova level wrestler.
Yeah, sure. I agree. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry that it went places that it shouldn't have gone, but it just, when you said that, I got...
You're good, man. You're good. No, that's what this is for.
Yeah.
It's a platform. Use it.
Hey, I'm sorry. I forgot. I didn't know this was therapy. Oh, shit. Yeah. Anyway. All right, let's move on, man.
We're talking about feuds. Some of the best feuds of the year. Tim, you start.
Yeah. I want to think for a minute.
I would say Naito and Evil.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say
Vince McMahon and Twitch.
Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton.
Yep.
I'll say Sami Zayn, and I guess
Matt Hardy,
AJ, and Jeff Hardy.
Oh, Sami Zayn.
That whole thing was great.
Stupid.
Yeah. I would say shit. Cody and Brody.
Yeah, Cody and Brody for sure.
Cody and MJF for sure.
And
Moxley and Kingston.
Moxley and Kingston.
Jericho and Orange.
And if we're going into what we got coming up, I mean, like, I think Team Taz and Darby and Cody, and hopefully at some point Sting, like actually mixing it up, is going to be awesome. It seems like Moxley's definitely not done with Omega.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to talk about the winner of Feud of the Year. Again, pretty unanimous with most wrestling fans. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm. So much emotion in this feud. Culminating finally with Roman, with Jey joining forces with Roman, but like the resilience, his promos, this is some of the best promo work we saw from Jey Uso. That felt real. Like when he said, "Why can't I be head of the table? Why can't I provide for my own wife and kids? Why does it always have to be you?" And
because you ain't the big dog.
Yeah. Well,
they even got Sika and Alpha to come out and put the lay on Roman, which was fucking incredible.
Really cool.
Just overall, man. All the stuff that they're doing with Roman and Jey, and it's just top notch A+ shit.
Fantastic. Freaking-tastic.
Only thing they need is a new theme song for Roman, but that's it.
I think it'll come eventually.
Yeah. I mean, he said when there's something more that happens within that story, it'll happen. But that's gonna be interesting.
All right, we are coming into the lower half of the awards here. We're going to talk now about the most improved male and female of 2020. We're just going to get right into this because I think these are all pretty unanimous. The most improved female.
Female.
Okay, Tim, come on.
Female does me
Yeah, go ahead.
does have one person that I would say is a runner-up is Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
She is not the Diesel to Dakota Kai's Shawn Michaels. She is Raquel Gonzalez. She won the War Games match. Her matches with Rhea Ripley have been fantastic. She's just shown that she's not just muscle for somebody else. She is going to be her own star.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Most improved female 2020, Britt Baker.
Yeah, I think since her heel turn, she has improved so much. And of course, when she got injured, I mean, yeah, it sucked. But I think like the way that she was able to capitalize on that, I think was just absolutely masterful. Because normally, otherwise, not even in WWE, I'm sure even in other promotions, they would have just taken her out and said, okay, you sit, you rest up, and do whatever. Don't come out. But no, she came out every week still, riding a golf cart, passing notes to Jericho. Well, not Jericho, to Shivani. Making fun of him during his time at Starbucks. All that good stuff. Even playing conspiracy theorist in one episode. That was really cool. So, yeah, for sure, Britt Baker and her character work has improved. And even her moveset has gotten a little bit more brutal with the lockjaw in her arsenal now. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely, Britt Baker her year was phenomenal.
The fact that when she got injured, her match right beforehand, Jericho put her over when she was bleeding, and they made a shirt, like a Kiss-esque shirt, and it was huge on Pro Wrestling Tees. And then the fact that her feud with Big Swole garnered more attention for the females division than their champion, it is pretty big shit.
Yeah.
And she also had the first cinematic match in AEW history. So, yeah.
Okay. Most improved men of 2020.
Just thinking, sorry. What are people that really got? Tim, do you have anybody?
Like, not off the top of my head. I would say that I know who won, and I think this was a unanimous decision as well.
I think so as well, but definitely New Japan Pro Wrestling's Tai Chi. I mean, we touched on it a little bit earlier on. His absolutely stellar run in the G1.
Well, before that, he completely fucked up our brackets for New Japan, the New Japan Cup.
100%. Him and Yoshihashi were like the ruiners of the New Japan Cup.
Right. His tag title run with Zack Sabre Jr. as Dangerous Tekkers actually made me care about the New Japan tag scene.
The New Japan tag scene is a subject we're going to touch on soon.
On this show?
No, not on this show.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so also his backstage promos against Cobb and against Tanahashi, just really entertaining shit. Before, he didn't really resonate with me. I just thought he looked like an anime villain, but not as handsome as he should be, and like he came off as a upper mid Carter. But this year, he even beat his faction leader Minoru Suzuki in the G1.
Not an easy feat for anyone.
Nope.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think just for the reason that he looked like an anime villain, or even like basically like a tuxedo mask from Sailor Moon, that kind of always, kind of drew me a little bit towards.
Yeah, he was always a guy that he was a guy that I was like, I should be a fan of this guy. I should love this guy.
Well,
like,
I thought you meant hate him.
no. I don't. I don't watch wrestling that way. I
like
don't go based on who I should hate or whatever.
no, but even in kayfabe terms, you technically should hate
Yeah.
him. And he does a good job of being a chicken shit heel.
But like for a long time, it was like he would come out, and I would be like, okay, it's Tai Chi. Like,
it's cool. But
like I know he's been there a while, so like respect and everything. But like, but now, I'm watching when he's in there. I'm watching
for sure. Like, yeah.
We're going to talk about the best indie female and male of 2020. The best indie female of 2020 was a tough category to pick. You have Alley Cat. But at the same time, a lot of those amazing independent female talents are getting signed now. So you're finding it more difficult to think of who really is an indie female.
I think before we say who the winner is, Kylie Ray should be mentioned.
Absolutely.
She was poised to be the Knockouts champion in Impact. She was the Warrior Wrestling champion. She had unlimited potential, and she decided to step away from wrestling this year. And we have an episode, it's either the first or second episode of 6 and 60, where we talk about her, but I did just want to mention her before we announce who won.
Yeah. I think Allison Kay deserves a shout out. I think Serena Deeb deserves a shout out. 100%. It seems like a lot of indie people are winding up working for NWA.
The winner of the female mini tournament at Bloodsport, who has also been shown on AEW Dark, Lindsay Snow.
Oh yeah, she's really cool.
Watch out for.
She's really cool. I think Layla Hirsch as well. I don't think Layla Hirsch is signed yet. I think when she does get signed, and I'm saying when. I'm not saying if. I'm saying when. She's going to be signed. But the winner, best indie female, I don't think there's any question. Thunder Rosa.
Oh, yeah. Thunder Rosa, I mean, I saw her first on NWA. Sorry, Tim, I just needed to get this out. But, Thunder Rosa, I saw her on NWA Power for a little bit. And, like the moment she stepped on.
Tim, I got it, Tim. I got it. I'm sorry. I forgot. But I'm here. I got it.
Okay. What happened?
Nothing. Tim left, and now it looks weird.
Okay. Oh, why did you leave?
I don't know. I have it, Tim. Don't worry. I have it. I'm here. He wants me to read this thing.
Okay. So, I mean, I just wanted to say one thing. But, I think... And she's also done a lot for other indie wrestlers because she had started her own promotion called Mission Pro Wrestling in San Antonio, Texas. So a lot of the women, the indie women that you see wrestle in AEW Dark, a lot of them are on performing on Mission Pro as well. So it's basically for only women. That's a all women roster. It's I guess her version of Stardom, if you will, or Tokyo Joshi Pro, if you will. Maybe not to the same scale, but it's still really cool. Obviously, like I said, when she first popped up on scene, it was on NWA Power for me, and I was very impressed with her look. Saw her wrestle, very, very impressed. And when she went to AEW, again, I think it's also a matter. I think her getting into a feud with Britt Baker now. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I definitely knew about her before NWA Power. But I hadn't really seen much. But I definitely knew the name, and I knew what she looked like. I knew enough to know who she was. But
to me, she was great as Cobra Moon on Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
She was the faction leader that had Luchasaurus in it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, okay.
I don't know enough about Lucha Underground. I gotta find a way to watch it all. But Thunder Rosa held the Tokyo Joshi Pro International Princess Championship from May to July. The NWA Women's Championship from January to October, and is still the Inspire Pro Twin Dragon Connection champion with Rachel Rose. Thunder Rosa brought the NWA Women's title to AEW and kept the NWA name alive by being on primetime cable television. She's had amazing matches with Serena Deeb, Hikaru Shida, Priscilla Kelly, Kimber Lee, Molina, Maki Ito, and Allison Kay.
Bang.
So, yeah. I mean, what more do you need to know? If you're not a Thunder Rosa fan, you're fucking dumb.
Jeez, man.
Not jeez, man. These are undeniable truths. And I'm spitting.
Fantastic, yeah.
Best indie males. I mean, Leo Rush, Blake Christian, Lee Moriarty, Chris Dickinson, Danhausen. I mean, Jesus Christ. The list goes on and on. Indie wrestling is so fucking rad right now. It's so good.
Can we include Joey Janela in that? Because he still does a lot for indies.
Joey Janela, I think, deserves at least honorable mention. Because he is signed to AEW, but god damn it. Is there anybody doing more for independent wrestling right now?
Nope.
I don't think so either. But the winner, of course, is a man who absolutely 100% rules ass. None other than War Horse.
No, I made myself lightheaded doing that. Sorry, but
I do that all the time. Yeah,
Tim, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead since you're the indie
I got it. I'm gonna do it because if Tim does it, we can't look at his pretty face.
Yeah. You gotta say something.
What?
The Tokyo. What?
So Warhorse has held the IWTV Independent Wrestling title for over 400 days, including defenses against Fred Yehai, Zachary Wentz, Kylie Ray, Colt Cabana, Effie, Speedball Mike Bailey, Alex Zane, among others. And on July 29th, Warhorse came to AEW in a losing effort to dethrone then TNT champion Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
go ahead.
Holding the independent championship for that long, and also going on, basically starting your own campaign on social media to get yourself and get independent wrestling noticed on such a grand stage.
And then it actually working.
How do you not give it to him? How do you not give it to him?
I mean, especially in terms of like doing the most for indie wrestling. Warhorse, man. Warhorse. He rules ass.
He rules ass, man. Like that's all you need.
He tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's definitely like this. He feels a lot like this generation's Ultimate Warrior. It's a lot more coherent than Warrior was.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Yeah.
And also, just the fact that he's still wrestling after suffering that horrific injury that he did.
Oh yeah, on his jaw, right?
Yeah. Like, god damn it. Like,
so bad.
I mean, I can't look at the picture. I can't do it.
Did Tony Deppen do it to him?
I think.
Because I think Tony Deppen released a shirt of the picture.
Yeah, Tony Deppen. And speaking of independent males, Tony fucking Deppen. Who knew? That guy's amazing. He's so good.
Won that 4-way to get the ROH TV Championship match at Final Battle, and had a great match with Dragon Lee. Good stuff. Like also, you said, John, independent wrestling is good shit right now.
I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to Dan the Dad. I love that guy.
Dan the Dad's fucking
awesome. I love Dan the Dad.
And another guy who this entire year was independent until the last fucking month, Alex fucking Zane.
Yeah. Alex fucking Zane. I mean,
his fucking feud with Blake Christian throughout the Indies put both of them on the map, finally getting the 15-year veteran Alex Zane signed by WWE, and now Blake Christian is showing up. He was in the Super X Cup yesterday, for Impact Wrestling, and he's been featured on New Japan Strong. So, yeah, good stuff.
We're going to talk about now some of the best events of 2020. Wrestle Kingdom 14.
Takeover 31.
Takeover 31, for sure.
Yeah.
Tim, do you have any off the top of your head?
War Games.
War Games? Oh, yeah.
Royal Rumble. A lot of the WWE pay-per-views delivered, I would say.
Yeah, TLC especially. TLC for sure.
It was great, actually.
Hell in a Cell was better than TLC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween Havoc.
NXT Halloween Havoc. That was good stuff. Yeah.
Bash at the... Well, no, not Bash at the Beach. Was it this year, Bash at the Beach? Yeah.
Did they do that this year?
No. It was last year.
That was last year. Okay.
No, Fighter Fest. That's what I meant. Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest. But I think the best promotion or the best event.
Oh, the fucking New Japan at Jingu Stadium, or
yeah.
That,
the one
that was fucking
at
awesome.
the baseball diamond. Such cool stuff. So amazing. GCW Slime season was fantastic. The Collective in its entirety was just an awesome thing that happened. But yeah, let's move on. We got Event of the Year, Full Gear. I mean, like, top to bottom, AEW's best pay-per-view.
For sure.
Since its inception.
Tim, go ahead.
You had Kenny against Page, Silver versus Orange. FTR lost the titles to the Young Bucks in a fantastic match. One of the best tag matches of the year. You had Moxley and Kingston in that great I Quit match. Was this the same one? Was this the one with Shida and Thunder Rosa?
No, well,
I think this was Shida and Nyla.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I think this is where we had Allison Kay and Serena Deeb on the buy-in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't even on the buy-in. It was on the main show. It opened.
Was it on the main show?
Yeah, they.
What was the buy-in? What?
No, it was supposed to be that, but I guess
supposed to be that.
They said forget it. They just want to put it on the main show.
Oh, what was the buy-in?
I don't think there was anything on the buy-in.
No, there was, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
It got replaced on the buy-in. That's what happened.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but I don't remember what replaced it.
Okay, I will just say this one thing, and that's it. So I talked about on the top of the show how, despite the pandemic, wrestling industry kept chugging on, and this was right here a wonderful example of that. I think once this pandemic hit, all companies, AEW, WWE, everybody, were still like, what the hell are we supposed to do? You know,
right.
There's no fans, whatever. And I'm not going to lie, some of the quality did suffer a little bit with the episodes across both shows in the beginning. But after some time, I think AEW just said, you know what? Pandemic or no pandemic, we're going to give these guys a good fucking wrestling show. And that's exactly what they did. And just for that, I have so much respect for AEW because, you know, like I said, they wanted to keep chugging along.
Yeah, AEW was definitely leading the charge in wrestling during the pandemic era.
Yeah, they still are, man.
They still are.
I mean, we're still in the pandemic era.
But
yes.
goddamn, dude, Full Gear, they just knocked everything out of the park.
Absolutely.
The promos between Moxley and Kingston leading up to that I Quit match was just so fucking good.
Yeah.
Forget Jeff's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, like
100%.
yeah, and like obviously like even Kenny versus Adam Page, I would say is definitely like a dark horse in that pay-per-view for sure. So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Full Gear.
Literally.
Yeah.
Promotion of the year. New Japan had a really good year. Ring of Honor's return has been amazing. GCW Noah is amazing. DDT is doing great things. GCW is quickly becoming my favorite independent promotion, maybe of all time.
What about MLW?
MLW is great, dude. But MLW just recently came back. But they're still doing good stuff.
Stardom.
Stardom's great. But
maybe NXT. I have to put it out there.
But, I mean, you know, we're on the payroll, so we have to give it to AEW.
Yeah, they pay us monthly.
Why AEW is the promotion of the year is because this company cares. And what I mean by that is since its inception, they have done benefit shows for those of victims of gun violence. They do not make the fans feel stupid. Like they tell you the background. They make you feel like you know what's going on beforehand.
And you feel a lot more immersed into the stories than you do with other promotions.
Right. They have done great things for autistic people. They have great representation with Sony Kiss and Nyla Rose. They have the way they handled John Huber's death in that tribute show and what they've done for the Huber family is tremendous and beyond what I could have even imagined that they would have done. And since the pandemic hit, Tony Khan told his wrestlers, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to come to work. And everything that they had going on, he had to throw out the window, make audibles as soon as possible, rewrite shows, and he pulled it off. And then they were filming at the Nightmare Factory, right, or like QT Marshall's place.
Yeah.
And then they got the go ahead from I guess Shad Khan and was able to use the outdoor facility, Daly's place, which gave them a huge step above from WWE because they were able to have people in the crowds. At first, wrestlers, and then it became more of a social distance fan thing. So, yeah, AEW killed 2020, man.
For sure. And I think one more thing, you're talking about all the people that you know they donated to. The main thing he was talking about with the whole donating for victims of gun violence. We were talking about Fight for the Fallen. This year's Fight for the Fallen, I think Shivani mentioned it. They actually donated to victims for the families of COVID-19.
Yeah,
which
as well.
Is very apt and it's crazy.
And
the one Cody Rhodes shirt that I bought went to COVID-19 people.
Yeah, the red one
as well.
Yeah,
the red one.
And
go ahead.
If somebody on their roster got COVID-19 or was in contact with somebody with COVID-19, we were told that that's why they weren't there.
Yeah.
We didn't have Sami Zayn show up after 6 months, and they were like, oh, where's he been? What's going on? We have no idea what happened. Like, we're not fucking stupid.
COVID? What? What's COVID? Is that a new opponent?
Nothing bad happens in the world. Everything's peaches and cream.
Our friends and family who've actually tested positive.
Yeah, like fuck off.
But no, what I wanted to say was, on top of all the good, great, amazing things they did, for someone like me, this opened my eyes to so many, other, wrestlers that have been killing it in the indies and giving them a national,
hell yeah. I didn't even think about that. What they've been doing with AEW Dark this year.
Yeah.
Like, Indie wrestling took a fucking hit.
Yeah. You guys are
So much so that GCW Slime season, it was basically a benefit show for independent wrestlers, and
and they're doing it
up
again
at the end of this month, January 29th through the 30th. They are having a 24-hour streaming special called GCW Fight Forever, which John and I, Armbar Audio, have become sponsors of. So check that out whenever it happens.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some things from your boys that you won't be expecting.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, that's why I need to get on the grind, man, so far. I slacked off so much last year.
We're filming...
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to tell them what they are, but, like... They're going to be stupid. But in the best way.
We got 4 1-minute commercials.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome. I need to get that, man. I need to seriously, like... I'll say it in the end. I'll mention it.
We're coming in to the home stretch, boys. We got matches of the year, female and male. Match of the year.
I'm going to say there was a lot of G1 matches that could have been considered. There was a lot of the Wrestle Kingdom matches could have been considered. A lot of the AEW Tag Championship matches could have been considered. A lot of Stardom matches could have been considered. The rivalry between Sasha and Bayley, especially their match at Hell in a Cell, could have been considered.
So
Deonna and Jordynne Grace's Iron Woman match and Impact Wrestling could have been considered.
That's definitely. That was in 2019.
So here we go, folks. The women's match of the year from Osaka Cinderella Dream 2020. It was Stardom's Julia versus Siri.
Yes.
Yep.
Julia put up the Wonder of Stardom Championship, and Siri had just won the SWA Undisputed World's Women's Championship, and they put them on the line. They are in the same faction, Donna Del Mondo, and they both proved why Donna Del Mondo has been shoved in your face this year.
Yeah.
If you were still wondering by the time this match happened. It was just a fantastic war between friends, and in wrestling, when you have two friends who are wrestling each other, you are going to get a fucking great match, like Triple H and HBK or something like that. And this was unreal. It went to a time limit draw, and it didn't disappoint. And the emotion after the match ended was felt through the screen.
I would say for me, this year, 2020, definitely because we did those lists, I got introduced to Stardom quite a bit. And, obviously, definitely been impressed with what I saw. Just a lot of the Joshi promotions are just doing really great things. And I think, honestly, sometimes I would even say that, in a sense, the pandemic almost enabled them to do better. This just goes to what I said about AEW. It's like, because, we have no fans, we have to do better so that when we do get fans, they see a standard that they hold us up to. Yeah. And we have to, live up to it every single week. And that is what I think Stardom is doing with every show that they've put out so far.
I definitely agree.
So
men's matches of the year. The men's match of the year.
There's a few of them.
Walter against Ilya Jargunov.
Oh, I
for
can't do
the
it.
oh boy, for the NXT UK title. Tim, how many times within a week did you watch this match?
4 to 5.
Within a week.
Within
If
a
that
week.
doesn't tell you what you need to know, like, I mean, fuck.
These two guys who are on the screen with me right now like to yank my chain
Oh my god, man. I was watching
about
it.
me loving Puroresu and
Oh.
Joshi so much.
Yeah.
Walter versus Ilya Jargunov was the best Puro match that I've seen all year. Yes, I know it's not Puro.
Yeah.
That's the point of what I'm saying. This shit was hard fucking hitting. The fact that Ilya Dragunov could deadlift fucking Walter, the guy had so much heart in that match. He was bleeding. Walter couldn't put him away. He finally had to take it outside the ring, and then even then he couldn't get the pin, and he had to choke the fucker out. And you could see on Walter's face while he was getting up off the mat, he was looking at Ilya like he was bewildered by him, and there was respect there. And this match is what NXT UK needed when they came back to live shows.
And I gotta say a big shout out, honestly, to Triple H for saying, let this match go 40 fucking minutes. Because it needed at least that much time. Because otherwise, if this was on main roster, this would have been over in like 5. Honest to God. So I'm so glad. Anyway, let's not get into that. But this match, like Tim, I think you pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. Definitely the best example of a Puro match that is done by, people in the West, right? And like, holy shit, like you and I were watching this match, and my God, like you marked out so much. I did too, but
So did you?
Huh?
So did you?
Yeah, we both were marking out like crazy for both of these men. And I think I mentioned this to you, and I'll say it here. Walter is like the final boss. He has that kind of vibe, And by the way, on a side note, I would love to see Walter versus Brock Lesnar at some point. That would be a damn good match. But anyway.
I want Walter versus Suzuki.
That too, yes. I think it's going to happen.
Has it happened? Tim?
I don't think so.
You're the wrestling oracle, so you have to know.
I don't think so.
No, the wrestling.
I'll give you. Here's all you need to know about Walter versus Suzuki.
Bloody chest.
Yeah, there you go. But oh my God, what a freaking match this was! And like, I think Ilya Dragunov is getting more and more poised to eventually dethrone Walter as NXT UK champion. And if this. And like I said, he looked amazing in defeat because Tim, like you said, he had to get choked out by Walter. No matter what he threw at him, he just kept on getting back up. And,
all those big fucking boots, all those gunshot
like chops.
Yeah, and
Ilya Dragunov, everyone's favorite.
Suplexes and the lariats, and nothing could keep the man down.
Yeah, and like he definitely Ilya Dragunov, they booked him like an anomaly, and I love every bit of it. So
yeah, man,
I can't wait to see the rematch.
I believe when we talked about it during the best matches of I believe November or October, I called it the giant murder baby against the coked out Russian, but I said something else about him too, like a different
Psycho or something like that.
Yeah, but like it was just incredible. Another mention I would like to say before we get off this subject.
Yeah,
Go Shiozaki against Segura and against Nakajima was fucking awesome.
All right, I have one too. Sorry,
go for it. Go ahead.
I would say the fight pit between Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. Was a damn good match.
I cannot wait until the fight pit between Thatcher and Ciampa can happen. I can't wait. But we have our last 4 awards. They are our highest regards as well. It's the best faction, the best tag team, the best female, and the best male of the year. These are the 4 highest awards that we will award tonight. Hence, they are at the end. The best faction of the year. You can make a case for LIJ. You can make a case for Undisputed Era. You can make a case for
The Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business. Inner Circle.
Dark Order. Inner Circle. Triangula de la Muerte. But also, Eddie Kingston's family. That was good stuff.
Legado del Fantasma.
Legado del Fantasma.
Sí. Legado del Fantasma, since y'all like it the way I say the Mexican thing. Yeah. Legado del Fantasma.
Team Taz as well.
In ROH, you could say the Foundation and also Ingobernables Faccione.
Yeah, the Faccione.
AAA.
The Faccione Ingobernables. No, they're in Ring of Honor.
Okay.
They're in Ring of Honor. They're called that because I think AAA or CMLL. I don't remember which one, but they own Los Ingobernables.
Yeah, I know that much. That's
I
became LIJ.
But yeah, so I mean,
I guess even Bullet Club.
Yeah, Bullet Club definitely
They always kill it, man. They always kill it.
Especially now. Oh my god, this reintroduction of the OG Bullet Club is gonna be so fucking sick. But yeah, best faction of 2020. Stardom's Donna Del Mondo. Donna Del Mondo. Julia has held the Wonder of Stardom title from July 26th, where she won a tournament. Julia also won the 2020 Cinderella tournament. Julia was also bestowed the Women's Award from Tokyo Sports in 2020. Julia, Micah, and Siri held the Artists of Stardom Championships, which is their trios title, from February 8th until October 14th. Micah held the Future of Stardom Championship from July 17th to December 12th. Siri won the SWA Undisputed World Women's title on October 15th. So, in 2020, Donna Del Mondo pretty much owned Stardom in 2020.
Aside from Utami, who dethroned Mayu as the main champion, yes, Stardom was owned by Donna Del Mondo.
Yeah. And
I agree. That's all I'll say. I haven't been watching enough.
It's so cool because it's so awesome that they won this award because they kind of did it under the radar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Right.
But yeah. And moving on now to tag teams. I mean, you can always make a case for the Young Bucks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Every year that they're active, they're going to be talked about. You know what I mean?
Can we mention the Lucha Bros?
Yeah, I think we can for sure. Yeah. You just did.
Okay.
I think the Rascals run in Impact was great. I thought the North being the longest running Impact Tag Team Champions was great.
Others, for sure.
Sasha and Bailey and the Kabuki Warriors were great. I'd say Dangerous Techers is up there. GOD, while they were active. Oh boy. Sakuraba and Segura of Noah.
I want to circle back because I just thought of something. You know what one of the biggest disappointments was this year?
Uh-oh.
Breaking up the Iconics.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people, especially kids, would say breaking up the New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stupidity.
Although Biggie...
There's a point to it.
In the case of the Iconics, stupidity.
Yeah.
Because you broke up the Iconics and then stuck Peyton Royce with Lacey Evans for no reason.
The funny thing about the Iconics breaking up is that I think everyone expected Peyton Royce to be the Shawn Michaels to Billy Kay's Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
But Billy Kay has been super entertaining.
I mean, Riot Squad right now are doing a good job, I would say.
Yeah, Riot Squad are doing good. Riot Squad are doing good.
Pretty good.
I
guess shit. No. Just because they're champions doesn't make no. They have Nia Jax. I can't do it. Nope.
The funny thing is, the Street Profits did great this year.
Yeah, Profits, Viking Raiders.
Yes. Yeah,
but I think, pretty clearly, the best tag team of 2020, of course, is FTR. Say yeah.
My sister loves that, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
FTR debuted in May for AEW and won a gauntlet match against the Natural Nightmares, Best Friends, and the Young Bucks to become the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. FTR then defeated the longest reigning tag champs, Kenny Omega and Adam Page, at All Out in September before losing to the Young Bucks later at Full Gear. FTR successfully defended the tag team titles against SCU, the Hybrid 2, the Best Friends. And the Best Friends. And PWI ranked them #1 of 50 tag teams in their inaugural Best Tag Teams list.
Yeah, I think ever since they left WWE and came out to AEW, they've been absolutely killing it. Of course, they're joined up with Tully Blanchard, which is awesome. But on top of that,
Blanchard.
Yep. And then, but like on top of that, you know, that finally, on Twitter, even when they were in WWE, they were hyping up this match against the Young Bucks. And finally, when we had the match, it absolutely lived up to this hype, and it was absolutely worth it. It was absolutely worth the wait. So, after this point, FTR, top guys out, and it was fantastic. Fear the revelation, I guess. So yeah.
Best females of 2020.
I'll throw a couple out there.
Yeah.
Julia, Mayu, Io. Sid, go ahead.
Sheeta, that would be one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll go ahead and say Britt once again, just because I know we mentioned her.
I'll tell you who's going to be on this list at the end of this year is Abaddon. She's doing good stuff. I'm looking forward to everything she's doing.
I think Asuka should be mentioned.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks should be mentioned. Deonna Purrazzo.
Alexa.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. Shit. But who won the damn thing?
Who won the damn thing? Well, clearly, Bayley.
It's
Bayley. Bayley ran shit this year, dude. Like 100%.
Yeah,
she held the SmackDown Women's title for 380 days from October 2019 to October 2020. On top of that, she held the WWE Women's Tag Team titles with Sasha Banks from May 26, 2020 to August 30th. Bayley and Sasha Banks carried the WWE throughout the pandemic with great storylines, great matches, and compelling and hilarious promos. A heel went ultra heel. Bayley changed her persona and, unlike many before her, came out better for it. PWI ranked her #1 on the top 100 female wrestlers in the world, and she and Sasha were named the third best tag team out of 50 tag teams in the inaugural best tag team list, men and women in all of wrestling. Sports Illustrated ranked her #6 out of the top 10 wrestlers, and Sasha and Bayley were named Tag Team of the Year by CBS Sports. Bayley had successful defenses against Carmella, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Tamina, Nikki Cross, and Sasha Banks, before ultimately losing the title to Sasha. Bayley and Sasha had successful defenses against the Iconics, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Cross. Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox, and the Kabuki Warriors until they lost the titles to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much covered everything there, John. But no,
I had to.
they, much like the Roman Reigns heel turn, it's like, it was about, it took them long enough, but they gave us the main roster Sasha Bailey feud. And like you said, Tim, earlier on in this video, that their match at Hell in a Cell, absolutely fantastic. And yeah, Bailey, being an amazing heel. Yeah, I mean, even when they came to NXT and stuff they did there was really, really good. So, I mean, I absolutely Bailey deserves it. That's all I'll say.
I say, hey, we want some Bailey. Hey, we want some Bailey. Hell yeah.
Tim didn't want to join it. Okay, that's fine.
He was nodding his head.
Yeah.
Are you blind?
Okay.
You stupid dick.
Last one. Last one.
Best males of 2020.
Oh yeah.
Sid, you go first.
Woo. Let's say Kenny Omega right off the off, because I mean,
Kenny Omega should be part of that list every year.
Yeah. whether he's the winner or an honorable mention, just Kenny Omega, like, first of all, right off the off. I would even go as far as to say, of course, Naito for 2020. Jay White, just his character work has been fantastic. See, Tim, are you happy? I've threw out some New Japan names. So
yeah, one of which was White, but okay.
Well, he's in New Japan. That's all that matters. He's in New Japan. Anyway, but who else? Oh yeah, I mean, definitely with the Karrion Kross, his debut, absolutely impressive. Just really amazing stuff. Keith Lee becoming a double champion, especially, and even getting that, that fist bump from Roman Reigns.
You gotta say them all, Sid. You gotta say them all.
You gave him the green light, and he was ready to go.
He really was, man. He had the fucking both pistols all ready.
Karrion Kross got a bad fucking hand with that injury, dude.
Yeah. Finn Balor.
Thank God the NXT title curse seems to be lifted, but that thing was fucking cursed in 2020.
Yeah. I will say Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Kota Ibushi, Go Shiozaki,
Nakajima,
Aita, fuck, who? Let me see here.
I like that. I like that BXB Hulk guy.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
He's been great for sure. Yeah, fucking Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm so stupid. Like,
I'm gonna take a minute and say the Fiend for sure.
Yeah. What about Bray Wyatt?
And he's okay.
They're two different people.
Yeah, no, Bray Wyatt was good too. Like, both characters that Wyndham Rotunda, created.
Wyndham Rotunda!
Yeah, the real life Wyndham Rotunda, who.
But who's the winner? The best male of 2020.
Yowie. Wow.
Oh, wait. Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah,
deserves to be mentioned.
Jay Lethal as well, I would say.
Baby.
But who's the winner? Of course, it's John motherfucking Moxley.
Moxley!
Sid, you say something before I go off.
Dude, John Moxley, yes, had a fantastic year. He's been, ever since he won that title from Jericho, like, his stock has risen. I mean, even when he left WWE, even when Dean Ambrose ended and John Moxley began, like, right from the off, he was hot. The hype was there. The buzz was there. And AEW, what did they do? They freaking capitalized on it. And they just gave us one of the best freaking stars. Like, he was on number one on, I believe, PWI's top, that magazine, the or was it Pro Wrestling Insider, right?
Pro Wrestling
Illustrated.
Illustrated, the PWI 500.
Yeah, he was number one on PWI 500,
It's only
AEW
been going on
champion,
for 40-something
IWGP
years.
US champion. Like, yeah, freaking John Moxley. And every time I hear his music, I mark out. So there you go. You know.
I mean, goddamn, dude. Like,
for John.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, John.
who had a better year? Who
Nobody.
had a better year? Nobody.
Nobody.
John Moxley, dude. Like,
The only other person, there's only 3 other people that you could throw up there, and that's Naito, McIntyre, and Shiozaki. But
I mean, this is it's another testament to what AEW is doing for their fucking talent. Because Dean Ambrose was great. People loved Dean Ambrose. But, like, John Moxley gets to AEW and they let him be who he fucking is. And it's so awesome and good. And, I mean, like, the creative freedom that AEW allows their guys to have makes every wrestler on their freaking roster worth watching. But John Moxley won the AEW championship on February 29th at Revolution, beating Chris Jericho, and held the title for 9 months, defending against Jake Hager, Mr. Brody Lee, Brian Cage, Darby Allin, MJF, and Eddie Kingston. He was undefeated in singles competition until losing the title to Kenny Omega on December 2nd. In New Japan Pro Wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom 14, he defeated Lance Archer in a Texas death match for the United States title and defended that title against Juice Robinson the next night of the event, and also defended that title against Minoru Suzuki at the New Beginning in Osaka in February. Joan also headlined Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, defeating Chris Dickinson in the main event, and John Moxley also topped PWI's Top 500 as the top male wrestler of 2020 and was ranked number 2 in Sports Illustrated's top 10 wrestlers of 2020.
That sums it up right there.
So, it's fair to say that in 2020, John Moxley was king shit of fuck mountain. Why would you fuck with him? Why would you?
All right. So before we leave, guys, I did have a question, and you answered it a little bit throughout the show. What are you looking forward to in the world of pro wrestling in 2021?
Right now, I think we talked about it, but this whole Bullet Club storyline across AEW, Impact, and perhaps New Japan, because from what it looks like, it seems like that door, the forbidden door, is now slightly ajar. And I think now that they have that Harold Mage is no longer the president, we have a new one. Perhaps they'll be more open to working with other promotions. So I'm looking forward to see perhaps one day, perhaps Kenny going out, facing off against his former tag partner Ibushi at some point. I know that's something that you probably wanted to say, Tim, but that's something.
No, I wanted to save that for the episode that we were going to do.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Hey, look, you asked me what I was looking forward to. But I'm looking forward to, just more collaborations between wrestling promotions, honest to God, and hopefully perhaps one day even a super show. Like, I know that's very, very much down the line. I'm not holding my breath, but hey, if they do it this year, shit, I'd watch it. I don't care.
Okada mentioned it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, whether it's Japan and AEW or Impact and AEW or whatever it may be, I just want to see something along.
Kota Ibushi has mentioned wanting to unify the Intercontinental and Heavyweight titles. And I'm looking forward to seeing that potentially happen. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. Looking forward to Royal Rumble. I always do. I'm looking forward to everything AEW is going to do this year. Everything GCW is going to do this year. Everything New Japan's going to do this year. Looking forward to it all. I mean, I look forward to the same stuff pretty much every year. G1, WrestleMania, Double or Nothing in Full Gear. All the basics. And looking forward to watching more of the stuff that I was introduced to this year.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to possibility of crowds. I'm looking forward to the AEW Impact partnership and where that will go. I'm looking forward to the partnerships that MLW does have but can't be enacted right now because of the pandemic. I'm looking forward to the career of Leo Rush right now. He just won the MLW Middleweight Championship. He's been showing up in GCW a lot. He, like Cody, released a list of people he wants to wrestle. I'm looking forward to the Rascals and Alex Zane's debut in NXT. I'm looking forward to the career of Ben Carter in NXT UK. I'm looking forward to everything else that you guys said. So, with that, wherever you are in the world, whether it is morning, noon, or night, you have a great one. Peace, love to all of you.
Happy New Year.
Guys, throw it up.
Done.
Fuck's sake. Bang!